Well, joining us on the desk now is human rights lawyer George Newhouse from the National Justice Project. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on, George. Now, we do know that you're representing the family in WA. What can you tell us about the situation?
Look, I've been asked to get involved. We don't know too much, and I probably can't say much at the moment. But what I can say is that questions need to be asked about a system and protocols that allow police to shoot a 29-year-old woman. I think the family, and I want to acknowledge the grief that they must be feeling tonight, are asking themselves, how did this happen? Why weren't alternatives selected? Why weren't de-escalation policies followed? Those are the kinds of questions that I think everyone is going to be asking.
Yeah. Now, one of the recent developments we've seen is the establishment of Cop Watch.
Yes.
Now, how important is something like that initiative, and why do we actually need something like Cop Watch?
And break down exactly what it is that Cop Watch does.
Well, Cop Watch is an app, and it's also an educational program that trains young people mostly on the use of mobile phones and mobile technology and social media to hold authority figures accountable, mostly police. Now, you know, if there's a dispute between a young person, and particularly an Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander person versus the police, without independent, objective evidence, it's likely that the police will be believed. That's the prejudice in the system. But mobile phone technology and videos can actually highlight police misconduct, and it's one of the few ways that you can do that. Now, I don't know the full situation about Geraldton, but I'll bet you the police weren't using personal cameras. If they were, we might know more about what happened.
And we know that's played a big role in the States as well, where police shootings are more common, but just because they're more common over there doesn't mean other types of police brutality don't often happen here, and Aboriginal people tend to be disproportionately represented in the cases that you've seen.
Absolutely. They're disproportionately represented in prisons, in police charges, in strip searches. At every opportunity, the authorities exercise it in a prejudicial way, and Aboriginal people suffer.
Yeah, and the events of today, we often hear the police now say it's a matter that we're investigating. Is there a problem in police investigating themselves?
Well, I think that it's important that communities trust the police, and when they see them investigating themselves, they lose that element of trust. And once again, that's where cameras could actually provide some independent, verifiable evidence about what happened. All you're going to get now is 5 police giving evidence about what happened to another police officer. And I can see why communities don't trust that process.
So how important is it then to have an independent investigation into a situation like what's happened overnight?
I think it's absolutely vital that there's a sense that justice is being done, and it's being done independently. And if communities don't feel that sense of trust, they don't feel that they're being treated appropriately, this poor relationship with police will continue and more people may die.